the fabric. Huge place, so much more variety than Walmart or Hobby Lobby. They have this whole rack here, and if you empty end of the bolt special, so if you empty the entire bolt, then you get 30% off, 10% off if they cut a minimum of 1 yard. So like this is really pretty. A lot of these, like this one, like this with the anchor on it, you could use this for like the middle of something. You can cut that square out and put that in there. I love the camo one. Thinking about getting this one. It's probably a yard on there, but I think it's like $6.99. But that would be really pretty on something. Look at the sparkle of it. It's not thin sparkle one. All of these pretty ones. This would be really pretty. I travel with Jocelyn for Halloween, so this is all like if you empty the bulk, you get, or the bolt, you get 30%. That's really pretty, 30% off. And if you get 1 yard, then you get 1 yard, then you get 10% off. Here's ones like already done. Here's yards already set. Look at that, that's really pretty set. If you're doing like a birthday theme, that would be pretty. And they have all the supplies for everything. They've got buttons, probably more than even Hobby Lobby has. Here's all these little buttons here. You could take buttons and use like, these would be really cute, or the stars like on our flag that we're doing. You want to take flat ones, but these would be all really cute. Hobby Lobby's buttons are just going downhill. They have a lot. We gotta get buttons. I think we're gonna start coming here. We got a lot more variety of buttons than all those. And then look at all these fabrics. So all the Christmas ones. And then like this would be, the hearts would be pretty in a project for that. All of this. This is really pretty. For the King of Saga project. This one. I mean, I would tell you, go to your Hobby Lobby, but find a fabric quilt store in your area, because you're going to find so many more fabrics to choose from. This is really pretty. I can't. That one's really pretty. Those are pretty down there too. You could put a hashtag blessed in the chat if you want people to connect with your channel. Here's little tiny, like fat quarters, and they have it organized. This is in Ohio. When I talk to you, it's out in the boonies. It's out in the boonies. Little pieces of black and white, little remnants of stuff. This is really pretty. It's really pretty. And like it's reasonable. This is like $8.99 a yard. I mean, it's about what you're gonna get at Hobby Lobby, but so much more variety. Look at all of this for Halloween down there. This is really pretty. Look at this. Those are really pretty. That would be pretty. The pumpkins. I've got pumpkins that we're gonna do closer to Christmas with this artwork, or the artwork that we're doing. The bunnies and this. Bunnies for Easter. And all the holiday stuff. This is really pretty. That's not talking about all of this Christmas stuff. I mean, Hobby Lobby had some Christmas, but not to this extent. This is really pretty. So is this. Look at the ones with the cardinals on it. This one, that would be really pretty anytime. That's $11.89. Look at this snowman. So cute. Christmas trees and the candy canes and all of this. So if we do, look at that with the gold in there. That's really pretty. If we do kits, we're absolutely going to come here, guys, for the yarn. So it'll be sourced from a very small town, a little shop in Ohio. I mean, from this section down, it's all Christmas. Look at this with the gold. They didn't have any of this stuff. And even this with the Christmas bells. All this has like an inlay of gold in it. It's very reasonable. It's $11.79 a yard. Deer. Look at that. Oh, look at the snowman. Look at this. Days. And hopefully I didn't lose anybody. Hopefully it's color coordinated. And I will take a little bit of something. The fat quarters and the fat eighths are very reasonable. That's the price of them. And they're all done in like pinks and reds. You got the hearts and everything. And these are the little tiny ones, right? And then you've got lace. You can use lace. Then you've got all of this with the colors. All down here. I mean, there's just so many variety. Look at this one, it's so beautiful. So they're very reasonable. That stripe would be pretty. So with this one right here. Hopefully y'all can, if you're coming on in, let me know. Make sure you all can still hear me. It's $10.98. Like the one with the butterflies on it. All this. This one's really pretty too. So is this one, so if you're doing something with like water in it, I can't get it out. That's really pretty. I got something at Hobby Lobby yesterday for a goose, but that would be really pretty if we did the goose as a kit. For sure. You got all this here. That white dot. This is what I got it. This one similar to it at the Hobby Lobby yesterday. Similar to kind of that. My back's acting up, everybody. That one's really pretty. Oh, there's so many choices. Oh my goodness, I go haywire in here. This one's really pretty. Look at that one. It's right up my alley. It's really pretty. So is this one down there. And what I would suggest, my suggestion is, look at the fat quarters here. I mean, like this, with the butterflies on it. This would be great for a project type. Can you see me? Butterflies. We're in a local craft. At least it's Amish. Really out in the boonies. And I'm just showing people. So if we do kits, like that one would be very pretty. If we do kits, we're probably going to do fabric from here because this is, go to your local fabric stores in your area and go, because I can tell you Hobby Lobby, there's a section you could fit like nothing into that. This would be great. So the 8 quarters, which is this size, I think, this would be plenty for This would last you a long time. And, you know, in a Kino Saga project. Absolutely. So you could come and get those. That would be $2 a piece. You can get a lot of fabric doing those. But you could get like 1/4 of something and just get little, you know, and you're doing small little areas so it would last. This would be pretty in a project. And look for things, unless you were doing a Pacific, like one with a lighthouse in it or a pumpkin or something. Look for things like this because this would go very well. Hi, Sandy. When you want to talk about this store, when we do kits, we are going to come here and source the fabric from here. Go to your local, go to Hobby Lobby, but go to your local fabric stores, your quilt stores in your area, because you're going to find, I mean, look at this one. This looks like a stained glass. Look for like this one. This would be great in a thing, and it's like $11.98. You know, you want to find like, unless you were doing poinsettia, you could cut the poinsettia out and put it in there. And if anybody has known what King of Saga is, it's where you put fabric in the insulated board and make pictures, and we've been doing that a lot, and we're going to do a lot more of that. Christmas bells and stuff, but you kind of want to look for things like this. This would be very pretty in something as well, but you kind of want to look, even that would work. This would work. You know, you know, this would work. If you were doing something with a wood fence, absolutely, that would be great in that. What's the price of that? I can't buy any more. I don't have the money for fabric today. This is $10.39. So you get 1/4 yard and it will last you. This kind, this. This is like roses. You can't kind of tell it, but this would be really pretty. This is purple. I mean, you know, just like this one, even though that's pretty, it's like a big panel. It would be hard to put in something unless you were going to have this in the middle of the picture. You've got this one, which would be very pretty. You know, all of these would work. Let's look at this for a second, like this. This would be hard to necessarily put in an image unless you were going to use this flower in the image itself. It would be hard. So, not that it would be impossible. I've seen people take and cut the ducks out and be able to put a duck in, like this here. And I mean, all of this.
Frog quilt, look at that. Isn't that cute?
I mean, this would be nice, but it would be a Pacific thing that you would have to do it. So what I would do is, unless you had a Pacific project, this would be pretty. I would look for,
How much are the panels?
you know, I would look for yarn, or not yarn, so used to it, fabric that was like more this you could use in so many things. Like, for instance, this is a perfect example, right? It's pretty, but if I was going to choose between this and this, I would choose this, or I would choose this one. I'll tell you why. Unless you were running, right? Unless you were running your project where you were going to put this, you were going to cut this to make this tuck in the fabric like here and here and run this down the middle, this would be a hard one to put in because you're not going to get all the flowers specifically. And if I was going to choose a section, I would choose this side. But you can't get that when you're going to get 1/4. So unless you had a specific project for this, it would be hard. Not impossible, but I would stick with fabric like this one too. Even though this is pretty, it's big. You would have to, you can do more with like little images than big unless you had a Pacific project. This one, They're jammed in here, guys. This one you could use because it's kind of, you see the stars, but it's a delicate. It's not a busy one. It's got the weight. Now I can't get it back in there. Hold on a second.
Oh, look at that horse one.
This watercolor would be a great idea. You know, this would be a good idea. So just pay attention to that. This would be great. I mean, you know, but I'd probably say like this one here, unless you're doing a Pacific one. I mean, look at all this. I mean, you could fit, I'd say probably about that row right there was all Hobby Lobby had. This would be pretty, you know, all of that. Sandy, can you see me well? Because I went in and out. This one would be great too because you have two different sides. You got the dark up here and the light up here. So for this one, to be able to have the dark and the light, right? You would be able to have one piece, you get 1/4, but now you have two different colors. You got two different colors in one piece that you can utilize. This one would be great. I mean, there's so many. This one will be beautiful in a place. This one, look at this one. This is a little bit more expensive, but if you had a Pacific one, it'd be beautiful because it's a small print, but it's got that glitter. I may end up getting that silver when it's 30% off on a bolt. Look at all this. So pretty. I mean, this one you can use, but you may not get all these flowers in one thing. It's not impossible, but I am learning that as I'm doing it. So one thing I need to grow in my collection is more solid stuff. Like, you know, more tiny prints and more solid, but has some prints to it. For sure. This is what I got. I think something similar to this for the water. Seeing if they have, you can do a lot with these. I mean, these are the fat quarters. I wouldn't pick this one. I'd pick more like this color, you know, if I had to choose. So then you have all the reds. You've done a very good job of, again, this one's big unless you had a Pacific one. I'd steer away from that. If you're going to do ones with big images, you need to have a Pacific pattern for it. If you want to grow your fabric for this artwork so that you can sit down and do a project anytime, go more for like this. All of these would work. Maybe not the red. I would steer away from like this, this, this. But then all of these would really work. I'd steer away from this unless you had a Pacific project for it. Even that paisley, another one of those, right? It's got a different kind of spotted red here. And so you're getting two pieces, different colors in one fabric. Great, great idea. This is pretty, but again, it's got the big patterns up here. I mean, go to a local craft, local place. I mean, look at all this. Like this would be great. Look at this. You're doing a wood. This would be awesome. You know, and I'd start off with much, but you could get this, and that would be like a wood if you're doing a fence or something. This is great. Ooh, like if you're doing a basket, you could have some of this on hand because it actually looks like a basket. They didn't have any of this. Any of it at Hobby Lobby. This is pretty. Along with that, look at these snowmen. So good scene. I'm going to take a video before I leave here. Right? Look at all this. If you're doing a honey go, Sandy, hopefully I'm still being seen. We're out in boonies. If you're doing little wood things or something, or like this is another wood, here's another wood. Look at all this. I mean, it's just unbelievable. But see, I would steer away from them panels, or even that. That's pretty, but it would work on a blanket. It's not going to work on your projects. So much fabric. All the pretty green. Just absolutely, like this would be great. There's so many choices. It would be hard to choose, honestly. This would be pretty. So would those, so would that. That would be very pretty too down there. And again, they have several kind of in all the colors. You're getting 2 different colors in one. That's really pretty with the silver. I saw a silver over there. I'm probably going to grab that silver. Look at this one. It's really pretty. So they have a lot of fabric options. So and I would steer away from this just because of the big flower. Look at that one. Look with the gold. They have a lot of really pretty fabric, guys. So here's another thing too. And here's more wood. So if you're doing anything with a fence or wood or a tree, this would be great to have, or at least a fence. They have ones that look like wood. Look at all this. So we probably, eventually I want to get to the point where I'm actually offering like quarters and stuff and being able to put together, that's really pretty too. Being able to put it together like maybe it reconnected, like a section of work on it. Here's one with stars and cream color ones. And all these pretty flowers, watermelons. Hopefully y'all can hear me. I'm going to do a video before I leave. Look at this. This is really pretty. This is like white, but it's like a silvery. Do you see it? It's really pretty. Unbelievable. There's more fabric up there. We've seen that. And we're not done yet. Look, guys, all the way over there. So anyway, I don't know if I'm still alive or not. Their backing's on sale, but all of this here, there's just so much. Look at the little Scotties, guys. Those are cute. Those flowers would be pretty too. We have a lot of solid colors, but with some kind of a little bit of pattern without being too much. Those roses are really cute. Oh, this is the bargain section, I guess. So, this maybe not. Maybe it starts here. So this is, I guess, like they have a whole thing, possibly. Like the bargain section's like here, like that's $8.50 reduced price on it. Down in here was there. So what we'll probably end up doing too is we're gonna put, you know, like a section of fabric that will go well together in colors, which I'll choose them eventually. Look at that, all of those colors would work. Every solitary one of them would work. And these are the jelly rolls. These are another thing. You can get, they're a little bit expensive, but you could get them. They would work. And again, I'd steer away probably from those big flowers. Still, they would work. There's the fat quarters down there. Then this whole bolt here is 30% off if you empty it. And so see, for a yard it's $6.50. You have to buy a minimum 1 yard. This is $2.50. But it wouldn't work for what we're doing with, but anyway. That whole thing is $36. That one's really pretty. These are all on sale for minimum 1 yard. So I'd probably shop the bargain section first. I don't know if y'all can still see me. This is $7.98. This would be great with the arrows. So I'd come in and look at the bargain section first, because that's where you're gonna get it. It's all right in here. I'd steer away from these big things, but this would work for sure. This would work. That's $7. It was $10.39. It's down to $7.50. Yep. So from there to here is all bargain stuff, and so forth. This one is $7.98 a yard. This one was $10.49. Now it's $7.50. So you can just get a yard of stuff. I mean, if you wanted dogs, you can use these little bones. Look at the jelly beans. Those would be cute for Easter. So definitely look at that leopard print one. That would be awesome. That's $8.50 a yard. It's down. That's really pretty. I would steer away. You could probably use it, but you can tell it's got a little bit more stretch than what you probably want for it. That's pretty. I'm thinking Sandy about getting this. It's silver, you see it? It's a silver, and it's 30. There's not much on the bolt, so if I enter the entire bolt, it's 30% off. Isn't that pretty? And it's thick. It's not thin. Like I can't see my hand through it. You can a little bit, maybe I won't. Not really, you don't really see much through it. But it's really pretty. I'm debating, but this whole rack is the same. I couldn't do all of it, but thinking possibly, we'll see. So, and you've got this section. I mean, so, you got horseshoes. This would be pretty. So I'm gonna get off here in a few minutes. This would be pretty. I'll take a video so with this. So if we have to, we're gonna get it from here, and we'll see if down the road, putting together fabric and letting people choose, like, you know, things from it. Because I personally feel that what I got off of Amazon is great. But here's the thing, and I got off Amazon, it's wonderful, and it was great to start with. Would I order it again? Probably not, because it was thin. This one's really pretty, look at that. But if I was able to come in and put together something, you know, and get a yard of something and be able to give, like the one, what was it, whatever it was, the eighths, like $2. If I was able to put something together where people could have scraps, you know, fabric scraps together, or jelly roll size, or what have you, it's going to be better quality. And I'll handpick it. Like I would come through and go, okay, let's do a blue one. Let's put together that, and then make sure there's a plain within there with some patterns. And because I didn't know what I'm doing, I would have a better thing of being able to get it and, you know, be able to say, okay, this would not be something that would work for the project. You know, I would probably skip this whole section. It's just not going to work. There's all the bees and the sunflowers. So these would be really cute for the letters, but not necessarily it'd be a pain in the neck to cut out. You have all the sports teams and golf, if you were doing anything with golf. This is not fabric that's going to work for the Kino Saga. I wouldn't use flannel for the outside, so none of this would work. These would all work. The barns would work. But you'd have to have a Pacific pattern for it. This is cute. So, I mean, none of this fabric over here is going to work. It's too thick. It's too thick, and it's, well, this would. You have, this stretches, well, maybe not. This may work, but you got to be careful. This would work. You just have to be careful with this stuff. So a lot of this wouldn't work for it. All this blanket material wouldn't work. Well, this is not. That would be pretty, so would that. So you'd have to watch out for it. That's really pretty. Oh my goodness. I'm in trouble. I am in trouble. This would be very pretty. So I'm going to head off. I'm going to take a video real quick. This is pretty, but absolutely. So if we do, and they do sell panels for blankets and stuff, if we do, that section won't even work because that's a thicker blanket. So you don't want this kind of blanket material. So that wouldn't work. But I'd still have to get the material we're using finding at Walmart, those two colors. I still have to get them. And they have a whole section of solids. Every color. I have the stats. I gave you a shout out today. I have a whole stat, or a whole thing of just solid colors. They have all this. If you're going to do like blueberries, that would be adorable. If you all haven't seen the Kingdom Saga we've been doing, it deals with fabric. If you were doing like words, you could take writing and art teachers. These wouldn't be too bad. Hot dogs, if you're doing food. This store is amazing. It's in our local area. So I was coming to see if Bigfoot, if that's cute, if this was a better option than Hobby Lobby, absolutely hands down. So if we do any kits down the road, that water one is pretty. If we do kit, we'll get them from here. And if we put fabric together, we'll get it from here. No, it's not. I also did it on Blessings Through Connection as well. So you got it twice, and you'll be in our recap next week. I'd say for like something like this, so people could use, I would get it. You could use Avenues of the Dark, the flowers on the bottom, but definitely that whole section from up would be really pretty. And if you're doing like a, can't think what it is. If you're doing like an Alaska thing, I think I got something similar to that for the water for a goose. Love the lighthouses. We're just trying to get back to monetization after what happened. I don't think I totally understand. YouTube says, look at those paw prints. Oh, I like that one. You could do I Love Dogs and put that in something. And the bones. This would be cute because you can kind of see it, but it's not too much. They told us we voluntarily left the program. I still don't believe it. This is flannel. Don't use the flannel part. So the flannel is not going to work. Too bad because the penguins are cute, or the flamingo would be up my mom's alley. So anyway, those are really cute. Oh, the snowman. The circles on that snowman would be great. Absolutely awesome. That would not. Well, if you go back to look at some of our lives lately, we are doing a new art project called Kingu Saga. You take insulated board and you put fabric and tuck fabric and make really pretty images. And like this. So this is like really pretty, and this is only $5.98 for all of that. That one's really pretty. If I had the funds for it, I'd get it. So this looks like a little stack of like remnants. This would be great. Be really pretty, and they've got a lot of it. 32 yards. This is a lot. Oh, times 5. Okay, yep, I get it. I'm timing it times 5. But still, it's a discount. So it's a jet form that we're doing. And still, you could get a half a yard of this. It's a Japanese art form we are doing, and it's, see, this is too stretchy. This is going to stretch too much. Japanese art form we're doing, and anyway. And you tuck it into stuff. So we're going to be doing it tonight. If I'm not up to doing it tonight, I will let you all know. And I will postpone it maybe until tomorrow. We'll see. We're kind of finding an area. Those ones are really pretty. Anyway, I'll do a video before we leave. But if we do anything, we're going to come here from now on. I'm not gonna bother even order them off of. I mean, you can off Amazon, but it's really pretty. Because you could do the USA. Anyway. Yep. Well, this is taking insulated board like you use in your house and making it. If you go look at part 1, 2, and 3 or Gift from Grandma, you'll get an idea of what King of Saga is all about. But she used fabric, and look at some of this cool stuff there, guys. I am going to be down the road. It's probably putting fabric together for y'all and for other things. Fabric together and selling fabric. But if it is, it's coming from here. And I'm going to bother ordering it off Amazon. It's nice to start, and I'm thankful, and I've gotten practice, but the quality is the quality's here for sure. And you don't need much, maybe a half a yard, fourth yard, or even smaller than that to do it. This would be pretty too. I mean, there's just so much, and it's reasonable. And like I said, you could probably fit that little section down there just in Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby does not have an extent thing, and I love that they've got these here, and yellow and oranges. They have them all things, so their fat quarters are a certain amount, and then these tiny ones. Something like this would last you a long time, and last you a while for $2. So anyway. We may be reorganizing our little space to do it in tonight. And my back really acted up yesterday. It's acting up today. We've been to the doctor. Josh had 2 doctor's appointments. And we have to stop by Sam's Club, return something and something else. So if I don't get it done, I will reschedule it till tomorrow. We'll finish the flag. But I'm trying to kind of get that area. But I've just been, my back really hurt yesterday. It's a little better today, but it's just really, really sore. So I'm going to take a little video before we leave here, a little short. And if I don't come on tonight, it'll be tomorrow. See where I'm at. I kind of had a rough night's sleep last night. All right, I love y'all. I'm in trouble. That's all I have to say because there's lots and lots of wonderful, wonderful fabric. All right, I'll see y'all later. Have a great night. Talk to you later. And I will put the website of this store in the description below, okay? Love y'all. See you later. Bye-bye for now. Remember to be proud of being you. Everyone else is taken. Keep crocheting that connection. No crochet hook is required. We have you covered. Thank you so much for having us.